everyone. Welcome to today's session, a very English scandal. Just to start, I'm going to let you know how I'm going to roll. We're going to chat for about 50 minutes, and then the final 10 minutes we're going to open the floor up for questions. The festival app may or may not be working. If it isn't working, we'll send some people with mics. If they don't work, we'll go for semaphore. And if that doesn't work, we'll work like the ancients did and go for cave paintings and hieroglyphs. Hands up who saw a very English scandal. Good, a goodly proportion. To my mind, the best drama on TV this year. It managed to be contemporary and yet, of course, was a period piece. It was incredibly joyful and rumbustious and yet was very sensitive towards the heart of the story, which is essentially about the corruption of power and the abuse of an innocent individual. And I think most arrestingly, it brought back Vaseline into the public consciousness. For those who didn't see it, that tiny, tiny minority, here's a clip to let you know what you missed out on.
Are you all right? He tried to shoot me! Who did? Jeremy Thorpe! Jeremy Thorpe did this! It was Jeremy Thorpe!
Mr. Jeremy Thorpe.
You're the youngest man to lead a British political party in more than a century.
It is my duty to enrich our lives for generations to come. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Be careful now, because I'm not sure any boy's worth ending up in prison for.
I can't.
Why not?
It's wrong.
Well, that's not wrong. He's perfected the art of hiding in plain sight.
I'm left on my own all day. What am I supposed to do?
Well, maybe it's time you thought about moving on. Norman?
I've come to tell you about my homosexual relations with Jeremy Thorpe.
He will destroy me and the party and my marriage.
I will be heard and I will be seen.
There is only one way for us to survive. Norman Scott has got to die.
Jeremy says kill him in America. So I thought, Florida. Shoot him dead, chuck him in a swamp, gone.
David, you don't really want to do this, do you?
Oh my God, no.
I'm so glad.
It's bloody nuts.
Seems like man can't trust his kind today.
Mr. Scott, you're in very great danger. He says someone wants to kill me.
Why have you changed your shirt?
He's very good looking.
Just all back and fade away.
I'm arresting you for conspiracy to murder Norman Scott.
This night at Thorpe's mother's was the start of a homosexual relationship.
I can't believe they can say this on the BBC.
I was rude. I was queer. Silence! I was myself.
This is the story of a liar meeting a fantasist. But I'm not sure which one's which.
To Her Majesty. Her Majesty.
In a world that we can be what we say.
Please welcome to the stage the executive producer Dominic Treadwell-Collins, the writer Russell T Davies, the actor Hugh Grant, Stephen Frears, the director, and WINCH the producer! Morning all. Can I ask where this first began? What was the first idea that precipitated this masterpiece?
Blueprint had bought the book, John Preston's book,
Yeah.
A Very English Scandal, and I sent it to Russell straight away. He said, I'm far too busy.
You tease.
And then you emailed me 2 days later and said,
Yeah,
you bugger.
I cheated because I said I'm too busy, and he said, never mind, I'll send it to you anyway. And it sat on my desk like a radioactive thing, glowing. Because I'd always been fascinated by that story. And I read about 2 pages, just went, yes, I'm in, all right, yes.
Is that all it took, 2 pages?
Well, he sat there going, we'll get you Stephen Frears, we'll get you Hugh Grant. I was like, yeah. It'll
Did
be
you really
Claire
have?
Goose in the end, we all know that.
Did you really have those two in play at that time?
When I first read the book, it was Hugh. It was definitely Hugh. It was definitely Hugh. And then, Stephen, you sat next to Andrea Wong at a dinner, and she said to you, oh, we're doing an English Scandal. You said, I've read the book, hadn't you?
No, I haven't read it.
At the time, I thought I'd read the book.
Have you now read the book, Stephen? Is it now?
I've now read, yes, I read the book. And the scripts, made the film.
But this is the first, am I right, it's about your first venture back into television for 5 years, something like that?
No, what year did we do the deal?
1783. I don't know. Not since the deal.
About 10, 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it about this story that brought you back?
Well, it was good.
It was good.
What else is there?
But it's presumably, for you, Hugh, kind of hard to take on board not only a politician who was very beloved, but also it's such recent history, everyone has a take on him. And I assume you don't want to just do an impression. How do you actually inhabit a real-life character who everyone has a take on?
Well, I have absolutely no idea. I panicked. I watched YouTube, and there he is, lots of him.
Yeah.
And then I found that I could do quite a good imitation of him. And then I thought, fuck, I can't just do an imitation because Ben Whishaw will be doing proper acting. So I then went through the whole Actily process of who is he and where did he come from, and all that stuff. And then, and then just did an imitation, really.
But that's not quite true, because you really inhabited him. And we've got a clip that shows you genuinely having learned to play the violin, as he did. We've got a clip.
Oh.
This is the true immersion.
I wouldn't have chosen that clip.
Come on.
Who might this be?
Ursula, this is Peter Freeman. He's a cameraman. He's coming with me on that expedition to Malta. I said we could give him a bed for the night.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There was a lot of giddy trilling in that. Was that all you?
A lot of what?
Giddy trilling in that piece. Were you doing all that? Was that all you?
No, there's a hand double who was the hand shot was my coach, who was a very nice French violinist who used to come with his girlfriend, and they alternated for months and taught me, and I was increasingly desperate and angry. In fact, so much so that they've now divorced. That's one nice thing to come out of this whole and any violinist who sees that winces horribly, in fact.
And of course, you've collaborated before. Was it important for you, Stephen, that Hugh was involved in this production? Did you immediately know that he was the guy?
I think so, yes, I did. I mean, it wasn't important that he was involved in it was just, he was the right casting. So it was in that absolutely straightforward way that I went to see him.
But I demurred only because, I mean, I thought it was brilliant, and I hate everything. But I could see it was brilliant, but I was 30 years too old for the part, and we had a lunch where I fussed about that a bit, didn't I? At the beginning of the series he's 30 and I'm 57, so that is slightly ludicrous. But luckily very few people have minded.
You've completely got away with it. Nobody's noticed. Had it not been for you saying that.
And you also got Daniel Phillips, who was the makeup man on Florence Foster Jenkins as well. That was part of your deal.
I stamped my little foot about that. Yeah. And
since then, I've met hundreds of actors who wanted to play the part. Rupert Everett won't ever speak to me again. Stephen Mangan said he rang the BBC up the day Thorpe died and said, well, now can we do it?
And Dan, what was it like for you? I mean, obviously you have some heavyweight brilliance in this gang. What was it like sort of wrangling? Were there egos aplenty? Were there strong opinions?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think what made it differ in comparison with other projects, yes, actually, yeah. No, it meant, I guess, that the conversations were much more out there. You know, it was great that everyone was talking all the time. rather than sitting on any thoughts. You know, that was something we had right through prep. I'm being very diplomatic.
That was an exercise in
diplomatic.
And how hard was it for you, Russell? Obviously, did you finish reading the book? You said you read the first 2 pages and you were in.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
But
I didn't read the rest.
Presumably you read, the more you're invested in that particular rendering of the story.
Yes, we kind of found, I think we all felt, I mean, they're real people. That kind of hits you with an enormous responsibility, and their children are still alive. So although it's fun and exciting to make a show, to get a commission, that's unusual for me. I've never had that kind of weight of responsibility before. So we all, Delic, the script editor, we kind of read everything, not just the John Preston, but I know you read a lot of stuff as well. There's a lot of stuff to read to really kind of immerse yourself in it, to be fair to it, really. I think the most important thing was, I felt coming to it that there's an awful lot of books and an awful lot of research. I felt very much like it was, in my opinion, it was the first time the story was going to be told by a gay man. And these were gay men, or Jeremy Thorpe was bisexual, or whatever you want to call him, but it's a very gay story, and I kind of felt that's what I was there for. I thought, well, that's why I've been hired, is to bring that sensibility and whatever I might think I know to that, and to understand these men. That's the point, that's what the point I'm trying to make, is that there's a million facts and a million books, but they're all written by journalists, which is kind of a different slant on interpretation, and I thought, well, I'm here to understand why they did these things. Why they were so mad, why they were so in love, why they were so out of love, and why they were so angry. And I love that. That's my job.